Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to day 8 of the Amazon Prime Day Valorant Championship. This event is brought to you in association with LG Ultragear, Steelseries, Logitech, and of course, Corsair. And now it's going to be your boy Aggressive being the host this time around. Sadly, Assassin could not join us, but hey, I got my best buddy Quaint over here as my co-caster. Quaint, how are you feeling about this matchup?
I am feeling amazing. We've got an amazing match for the amazing audience out there today. It's going to be Samurai Esports going up against Purpose. Now, who is going to be coming out on top? We shall soon be seeing whether Purpose Esports is going to be getting that zest and purpose in life to go up against a god like Samurai Esports. Now, they've had quite the track record before. They've been in the scene for way too long and they haven't had their chance to shine yet. It's at least not at the gauntlet. So I want to see them come up on top over here and give Samurai Esports the fight that they haven't been getting so far. So honestly, super excited and Grayson.
Considering the side of Purpose Esports, I've seen this roster perform admirably in a lot of the underdog tournaments when you consider the tier 2 scene. But when you consider the tier 1 scene, they are just shy of reaching there just a tiny little bit. They're trying their hardest. They're trying to improve their team play synergy and coordination to that level, but they're just falling a little bit too short. They just need to gain that experience and then cultivate it all together to go up against a lot of the Goliath teams. And now this is their chance to prove themselves here on the Amazon Prime Day Valorant Championships. Will they be able to do so is a real question this time around, primarily because of one thing. The side of Samurai Esports, they're not going to be going easy no matter what happens. They're going to be bringing their A game down to the table every single time. But at the same time, as we are talking about the A game, we got to talk about the A game being brought to you by the side of Amazon themselves. It's Amazon Prime Day on the 26th, on the 27th. Make sure to check the links down in the description below and see all of the exclusive deals being set up to you by the side of Amazon. And the game's just going to be starting up soon enough. So let's head on down into it, over to the Agent Select screen, because Quaint, I'm really excited to see what both of these teams are going to be bringing down to the table. So walk us right through the drafts and tell us what you think about the map of Split.
You and me both, buddy. And okay, off the bat, as always, we're going to be seeing Excali on that duelist. He's either playing the Raze or the Jet. And although I say this a lot, Jet has become quite a staple, and Excali likes to pick that up quite a lot. Solo is hovering over the Raze. Okay, scratch that. He's going to be picking up the Raze anyway. Deadly 10 on their side is going to be playing the Jet. Atom again with the Raze. We have an Astra player over here, which is going to be Fierce. Levi with the Initiator, that is going to be Sky. Yanmeister with the Sentinel, that is Killjoy. Nobody's going to go in for the Cypher, which is going to be, this is kind of the home map, you know, Split is kind of the home map for Cypher, but they're going to be going with Killjoy anyway. Blackhawk is going to be playing a Sky today and not an Astra. I normally like to see him play that Astra because in my eyes, he's probably one of the best Astra players in the entire country. And then there's going to be Wimp, obviously, with that Omen. Now, we know that these are their usual Asian pickups. I mean, a little different from what they normally take, because Blackhawk normally goes for that Astra. But let's see if it'll work out for them. Not really sure. Sometimes they've created wonders with something that they haven't tried out before.
Yeah, at the same time, I like this composition coming on down from the side of Purpose as well. They're going in for the exact same comp almost, with the primary difference being that Astra pickup instead of the Omen. And you know that I'm an advocate for that Astra on the map of Split, primarily because of the close corners that she can completely deny using all of her utility every single time. So when you consider her utility and her gravity wells and of course her concussive shots, it's much more based upon positioning those stars properly and understanding where your opponents have those tendencies of holding. And I feel as though Samurai Esports, they don't know what Purpose could be thinking every single time as they do go into the matchup. So picking up that Omen is a lot more safer in comparison to picking up that Astra, because if you're not able to predict your opponents properly, picking up that Astra could just be that death sentence that Samurai really does not want to toe the line with. So playing it slow, playing it smart, I feel as though they're doing the proper job trying to go in for that Omen itself at Astra.
That is absolutely right, and I couldn't agree with you anymore. But Excali over here has already been damaged a lot and is down to 30 points of health. But he has managed to pick up one of the defenders, putting the player advantage in their side. They're going for an aggressive B take, but Wim off the bat is going to be going in for a knife, but he's going to be denied that. I'm not really sure. It's going to be a fun moment off the bat. Aggressive, loving what I'm seeing so far. 2v3 situation. Oh, it's all up to Deadly and Yanmeister clutch out the round as the spike plan hasn't been going out yet. But Samurai Esports is kind of in a playful mood. Blackhawk gets a kill on one of the players, and Sai is going to be picking up the third kill, the 3k for himself, securing the first round of the entire day. I'm loving the fact that Samurai Esports is in a little bit of a playful mood, but Wimp, my guy, what are you doing? I know he's Flash and all, but a knife on the first match, and not just the first match, the first round of the day. Oh my god, what do you think about that, Aggressive?
I think Wimp is just like, I don't know, like, you know, sometimes when you wake up on the right side of the bed, sometimes Wimp just woke up on the right side of the bed. So in the morning, he's just able to, like, you know, get himself energized. And he's like, hey, that first knife kill should give my team that little bit of an advantage that they need to go in for this possibility of a win. But at the same time, hey, we can't count out Purpose Esports just yet. They performed it admirably, getting those 2 kills. Their setup was clean, but at the same time, they just got caught off guard by the pure aggression coming on down from the side of Excali. So it's completely fine. But at the same time, again, Meister, he wanted to survive for just a little while longer, going for a possible cheeky flank. He was not able to find anything out just yet. It's gonna be Blackhawk with one more side, getting another kill for himself. Deadly, though, being able to get a 2K. Yeah, Deadly with a 3K. Deadly with a 4K, going in for an ace. Wimp, he's now stuck in an impossible situation with the spike stuck near towards the side of Market. And this is why you never underestimate your opponents, ladies and gentlemen. This is why you should not go in for a knife against them, because it feels as a purpose. They took that one try for a knife kill, sorry, to heart. And they're mad about it. And Deadly, he's getting the revenge for his buddy.
Honestly, they're out with intent to kill. They're out with a purpose now. They want revenge at this point, and it's all up to Deadly. Pretty much. I mean, I have to. Come on, look at that. That's like a nice little revenge story out there. Deadly goes in for a spray down, but Wimp is gonna be tagged out. He's still manages to tag out Deadly in spite of being tagged out a lot. He's gonna be going in for that spike plan. It's not gonna be a fake anymore. Deadly has to go in for that take now. Wimp already down to 13 points of health. Has to wait it out. Has to play the waiting game. To wait for Deadly 10 to come out, and an amazing flick with that Spectre. It means that Deadly 10 is gonna get destroyed by Wimp. He knows what he's capable of, and I've said this multiple times before. Wimp, even though he's on the Omen, you can't really underestimate him, because this guy is an aim god. And honestly, a lot of these times I would honestly prefer him to go for Raze, prefer for him to go for an Initiator or a Duelist. But you are what you are, man. If you're comfortable with the Omen, you're comfortable with the smokes and aiming at the same time, you do you, dude.
Yeah, Wimp is one of those clutch gods that you do not want to try and go up against when you're on that server. But at the same time, it feels so Deadly. He gave a little bit too much respect to Wimp, knowing that he was on low health. He could have easily gone in for a swing and possibly gone in for that kill if he just tried to push the issue. But still, nice try, I will have to say, primarily because of one thing. That was a very, very, very successful eco round, right? And they're Wayne. So in the long run, I would say that the side of Purpose, they're going to be really happy. But they should not get a little bit too comfortable with their lead, because now with the ultimate coming on down through from the side, the B-side execution could just be going on down soon enough. Blackhawk holding it down strong. No sort of fact that Adam is holding down over on that right side, and he's just going to be chilling out over on this angle. But Excali, he's not expecting it, and he gets caught out by the judge from the side of Adam. Adam gets that first initial kill, being able to take down Excali, and that's just going to hurt quite a lot. But the communication is just not going to be there. Do they know their Wimp is in this angle? Adam gets his second, and that judge is a true executioner for this round.
What is up with Samurai Esports right now? They're just chilling. Communication is not on point today. I'm not really sure what's happening, but Purpose Esports is looking super strong as well. But then again, let's see. Samurai Esports could just bring it around at any point. Yanmaster with a nice top game over there, but then Sai and Solar are going to be picking up a couple of kills for themselves. Fierce brings it down to a 1v1 situation. Now he has a rough idea as to where Sai is. It all the story about who fights who first. And Fierce sees that gun barrel at the right time. Knows that he has to just wallbang that and get the kill for himself, securing the round at that. Picks up the first round for the side of Purpose Esports. Now it's been a long time coming. I know it's just the third round on the board. But then again, Purpose Esports was looking a little, in shambles in the beginning 2 rounds. Because Samurai Esports, they were just coming in, they were getting the kills, they were having a little bit of fun. Purpose Esports was not really being able to take, the sites as well. But then again, now we're going to be seeing them getting the first round of the board and a little bit of an economic advantage. Because Samurai Esports now are going to be forced down to the Sheriffs, except for Wimp, who's feeling super confident today and is going to be going in for a Vandal nonetheless.
When you consider what happened in that last one, I thought that Sai would have been able to go in for that clutch, because he had a turret on that angle, but he was still overlooking on that one single sideline. But at the same time, moving on down onto this round, it feels as though Deadly, he's channeling his inner beast that he had in the previous round. He's going in for a couple of shots, and you cannot do it like that. That second satchel wasn't really as necessary. He could have gone in for those 2 kills right then and there, but Sai's gonna be the one to swat him out of the air like a fly. With that, Adam, he's gonna take a back seat, but gets a little bit of information down for his teammates that, hey, there are 3 people holding on down outside of the A long angle, so just play it that angle, just play it slow, just play it safe. But at the same time, Sai, he could just spot out 1 player, but the shots are just not gonna be there. Instead, it's gonna be Fierce getting that kill down over on his side. Setting it over onto a 2 versus 4 situation, sorry. And now Purpose, they're at a massive advantage and they don't really have to worry about anything. Shots are going to be going on down everywhere, but never mind. My Caster's Curse is back. Blackhawk goes in for 1 tap, Solo goes in for the 2nd tap, and they just get 2 kills simultaneously, sending it down over to a 2 versus 2 situation. They have the guns, they have the advantage, but at the same time, they don't know where Fierce is. Fierce is right on the other side, easily can go in for a swing, go in for a kill, but at the same time, he's not going to be able to survive for long. Blackhawk gets that trade kill, sending it over into a 1 versus 1 situation, and deadly. He's the last person remaining. Purpose Esports, they dropped the ball massively, and Blackhawk could just clutch this one out.
Honestly, but at the same time, you gotta remember it is Deadly 10 we're talking about. I've seen this guy just pop it off. It's an operator, a vandal, whatever you may give him, he just pops off with it. But the problem is he has to pick up a vandal right now.
Blackhawk.
I know. But then again, if he does manage to get a vandal or maybe a better gun, but no, he's just gonna be going in with that operator, feeling a little too overconfident there, Deadly 10 today. I know you're amazing with that operator, but come on. Sometimes you gotta take that gun advantage. Like close range on a map like Split, you can't really be playing with that operator oh so close. And then again, he didn't really expect Blackhawk to be holding that cheeky angle and making that move at the last moment. So he was gonna be taken down anyway. Tried to go in for that flick, didn't really manage to land it, but nonetheless, we'll call it a day. That is going to be putting the 3rd round onto the board for the side of Samurai Esports. And they're looking, again, super strong. Even though they're bringing it down to a really close 1v1 situation, they're managing to clutch out those close quarter, battles out really well.
So not looking that strong for the side of Purpose. They should have been able to go in for the play. They shouldn't have been able to go in for that push. But at the same time, that grenade goes straight into the face of Excali on the right time. Solo's gonna be able to get that revenge kill with a beautiful grenade coming on down from his side as well. Be able to take down Levi. But at the same time, how much will this actually help with the push coming on down towards the A side line? No one's really gonna be holding that A push, so that A execute with Wimp going in for that ultimate as well. It's an easy side take for them. They can just easily get themselves onto the side, get in position, go in for those plays, an easy plan, and a beautiful post-man hold as well for the side of Samurai Esports.
To be honest, like when you're on the attacker side, you control most of the map, and that's how it's supposed to be. You don't let the defenders drive you, you drive the defenders. You make them go to their own places. But anyway, we're going to be seeing a bloodbath as Atom and Fierce are going to be popping off with their hard economy. Does manage to get a couple of kills, but Sai over here is going to be making the most advantage out of his Phantom. Gets a couple of kills for himself, and Solo is going to be landing the final kill on Fierce. But then again, like I was saying, when you're on the attacker side, you control the map and you don't let the defenders control it. Now, that was a really good bamboozle. They went out on the B side, they went out of B, mid, honestly, and they gave out a lot of sounds, they gave out a lot of information, gave out a few kills on top of that. They took it back at the same time, and all of that information that went down meant that the entirety of Purpose Esports had to come down mid to take that fight, and they just went all the way over instantaneously to the side of A. It was just completely theirs to take. Although Purpose Esports didn't have the economy, it's still smartly played out by Samurai Esports.
Get out of my way!
No. On this round in particular, it feels as though Levi, he wanted to go in for a swing, but he's not able to fight it, but exactly! You just don't do Adam like that! He just literally disrespected the man, and it's gonna be Fierce getting the revenge kills from his side as well. Sai comes on down as a backup to shut down one more person onto the back end. And with that, Sai, with forward positioning, throws out the lockdown and makes sure that none of the members on the side of the defense can easily go in for this push. Deadly wanted to break out the lockdown. Was in the perfect spot to do it as well. It's gonna be able to take it out at the bare minimum. So hey, that is gonna be the silver lining. But at the same time, they're not in the perfect position to go in for this play. Sai gets a little bit too over aggressive with his own peak. The flashes are gonna be going on down all over the place. Wimp spots out the 2 players, and now, in this 2 versus 2 situation, the side of Purpose can easily go in for a retake if they play this one smartly, but at the same time, going up against the side of Blackhawk and Whip, the 2 clutch gods themselves, over on the side of Samurai Esports, this is going to be really difficult. Blackhawk pulls out that flash. Whip is going to be able to go in for that backup, and Blackhawk, he just played 5 games with his buddy Whip on his side. Whip gets a 2K for himself to clutch it out for his own team, and Samurai Esports, they are still left standing. Beautifully done from their side to go in for this round, but at the same time, here, Quaid, it feels as though the round was a little bit too close for comfort.
Honestly, that move by Excalibur, or that disrespect that you were talking about, yes, just respect, but amazingly well done. It was such a John Wick moment. Like, that jet was just hovering over there, Excalibur was just hovering over there, and he just put all of his blaze into that guy. Adam did not have a chance to recover. That was really, really nasty. But this is the thing about Samurai Esports, right? Like, they have coordination at the beginning of the round, and towards the end too, but then again, Samurai Esports is, you know, the ones who play with their backup of their teams. They use their utilities for each other, and that's what I like to see in Valorant. But Deadly 10 being deadly again and gets a deadly 1. Tap on Excali. Beautiful shot there by Deadly 10. But it all depends upon whether the rest of the shots are going to be counting, because Yanmeister is going to be hiding sneakily there on side. Gets a kill on solo, and Deadly 10 pops out from the smoke, gets a kill for himself, gets a third. All he needs is that Sheriff, and amazingly well done by Purpose Esports, and they're picking up their slack yet again. But more than that, it's honestly, at this point, it's just Deadly 10 becoming the Deadly 1, and he's getting kills left, right, and center, aggressive, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. But this is what I'm talking about, right? Like, they have their coordination, but sometimes it just comes out of individual prowess and how they shine individually. Because in that round, the way he took down that lockdown, he knew exactly where that was, and nobody else would think to spam that. And that is what I love about Purpose Esports. But at the same time, what Samurai Esports, I want a meme over here. They have family. They're so good at coordination. Sometimes Purpose Esports just can't see it coming.
Yeah, that's where the experience level does really come on in as well. When you have so much experience on towards your side, you're just gonna be on another level. But at the same time, Phantom, Adam, just goes in for a beautiful ultimate for himself and gets taken on down solo. A good click down on one player, does get that first initial thing, causes to gives him a little bit of a love tap, I would say. And at that stage, yeah, the love tap is going to be strong, but it's not going to be able to take him on down out. Instead, solo gets triple P, taking on down himself, and with that, it's pretty much already all but over. Yanmeister in a beautiful position for himself as well, knows for a fact where all the members are. The drops are going to be coming on down through, uses his utility as well. And Excali, he's going to be really careful. He's going to check every nook and cranny of the side just to make sure that he cannot get pushed on just yet. All the members of the side of the defense need to come on down through over towards that A side though, and I like this play coming out from the side of Yanmeister. He didn't use his ultimate early, basically meaning that, hey, he was waiting for his buddies to come on down through before they wanted for this push, but at the same time, Yanmeister, he's gonna be good for 1, he's probably gonna be good for 2 as well, being able to take down Excali. Adam's gonna be able to chime on in with a kill on the Wimp as well to take him on down out. And with that, that's gonna be the third round of the board for the side of Purpose Esports, and they are coming in hard, and they're coming in hot here, ladies and gentlemen. The side of Purpose Esports, they know what to expect, and they know how to take down the side of Samurai Esports as well.
True, and I'm loving the fact that they're playing a little game of smoke and mirrors, right? Like, when Samurai Esports is coming in, you just can't take the fight head on. Like, you spread yourself out, and that is exactly what Purpose Esports is doing. And when you know that they're taking the side of A, it is not that bad of a hard of a retake, because you have a lot of openings to retake it from, which is what it also makes it a relatively easier side to take too. Which is why a lot of teams prefer to go for the A side take. But then again, once they did take that side, now Purpose Esports knew that it's going to be an easier retake because they had the guns, they have the abilities, and that lockdown was used so beautifully. And Yanmeister honestly knew that that lockdown was going to be pushed. He just waited for those hits to come into his crosshair to gun a couple and just clutch out the round for his entire team. Now, I feel like they're just getting warmed up and they're, you know, getting all their, you know, warmed up skills back, and I'm loving what they're showing so far. 3-5 on the scoreboard, which is not that far off of a score, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. Now, on the attacker side, Samurai Esports is going to be going in for a hard retake. Now, this is harder to do because you don't have a lot of space to work with, but Adam is going to be picking up that kill. But Excali just managed to spray him down. Not really sure what happened over there. He was just strafing and gunning him down. Just confusion all around as the bloodbath is going to be taking place. Wimp gets a kill on Fierce. Not really sure what is happening. And a couple of attackers are still in towers aggressive.
Deadly, he's in the worst possible spot at side. He has his phone number, calls him up, and he's gonna take it back home almost immediately. Being like, bad boy, you're not supposed to be using an operator. This is my gun, and this is my world, and you're not gonna be able to take away my fame. So I wants to go in for that shot, but a good swing coming in down through from the side of Yanmeister, being able to survive that first initial operator bullet. The angle was just a little bit too tight, but at the same time, what's not tight is gonna be his aim. Yanmeister gets a beautiful shot down on the side, being able to take him on down, but going in for this clutch is going to be really difficult because right on the back is going to be one, right on the front is going to be another, and it's going to be Excali. Just being able to jab on in, getting a kill down on a Yanmeister, and at this point here, Wayne, I thought that Yanmeister would just pick up that operator and go in for that save, trying going for a 1v2 clutch like that when you don't have any information about their positioning is not something that you would expect. So as the timeout is now going to be going on down through fourth side of Purpose Esports, I would expect them to, like, take a deep breath and try and stabilize themselves, because I feel as though the adrenaline is pumping a little bit too much through all of the players. They just need to take that deep breath, and they're just going to need to be like, hey, we can do this. Let's just calm down. We know what the side of Samurai are trying to do. They're trying to psych us up so that we make a lot of our own mistakes. And if they're able to just play it disciplined, they're going to be able to do a lot.
True. That's exactly what they're trying to do. They're just trying to regroup at this point, trying to figure shit out. And honestly, it really depends upon how they're going to be countering that. Like, every time you see a hard K coming in from the attacker side, since it's such a closed area map, you can't really take the fight to them. It's always going to lead in your demise, because if a Spectre comes on through or if a Judge comes on through, you're never going to be able to face off against the likes of Samurai Esports. You kind of have to fall back, and you have to retake the sites with all the abilities that you have. Now, they have done that for a few rounds. They got 3 rounds up on the board, but 3-6 at the same time is kind of a worrying score, because on the attacker side, on the map will like split. Once you get a lot of rounds for yourself on the defense, it's going to be easy for Samurai Esports, because their coordination is on point, aggressive.
Yeah, the attacking side is where the most pain is at, and will the side of Purpose be able to stabilize themselves just a tiny little bit, get it down to that 6-6 scoreline? Because if they're not able to do it, as you just stated here, Quain, it's going to be really difficult. You have no way of trying to survive a lot of these aggressive pushes that could be coming on down through, and with this first initial lockdown coming on down through from the side of Sai, they're going to be able to take forward position. They're going to be able to control the entire sidelines. And Excali's like looking back at his buddy Sai and being like, why do you flash me like that, Sai? Why do you do this? I'm blind as a bat, and now he's going to get even more blind. Excali's just not having a good day right now. Both of the guys are just blinding him. And at this point, he just needs a couple of sunglasses to try and survive. Solo gets taken on down as well. Deadly, he went in for a beautiful spam. He knows the angle. He knows exactly what to expect, and then go in for the kills as well. Now from the back end, though, Excali gets his revenge kill, being able to take down the other Rays as well. Shots are going to be going in left. Shots are going to be going in right. It's going to be Levi with one. Deadly with another one. Blackhawk, he's still alive. He's still kicking down towards the back of side. He's going to go in for that swing. Side's going to be going for one more. Flashes are going to be coming on down as well. Blackhawk straight through the flash. He's going to be able to take down one more from the sidelines. And Deadly, he's the last person remaining, going in for that full defuse. Really be able to find it. He's just not going to be able to make a sign. Waited out the clock. Didn't really want to go in for that spam. Understanding that, hey, even if it's gone through on a half defuse, that smoke is going to go on down. I can easily go in for that flick, get that kill down on a Deadly, take him on out, and send my team over onto this 3-7 score.
Honestly, 3-7 on the scoreboard. Now, normally I would say that's not bad of a score, because you can always come in with a comeback. But on this map, I'm going to concur. I'm not going to stick with my, own philosophy, because on the defense side, you better be getting the rounds more than you are getting the attacker side. And 3 rounds on the defense is not that good of a situation. So, but then again, ladies and gentlemen, this is still a BO3. Even if they lose this round out, we may see a comeback coming.
Oh my god.
Esports on the second map. But look at that, like an aggressive rush coming in down from mid. They realize that it's not going to pay them anymore. They're going to be holding back and just waiting for them to push in and getting themselves killed. They realize that now it's time for a little bit of aggression, maybe a little bit of flank if there's nobody that's going to be down mid. They saw those people down mid and they just spray down 3 people. It brings it down to a 2v3 situation.
Solo.
But Solo does manage to get an amazing top game on Deadly 10, brings it down to a 2v3, but he's not going to stop there. He's going to go in and trap through the smoke and get a kill on Yanmeister. Amazingly well done. He's pulled out a showstopper and he's not going to stop the show anytime soon. He's going to be going in for the next kill. Does manage to get a little bit of health out of that guy hiding in screens. 2v2 situation, and Deadly 10 not looking so good right now. It's going to be Excali going up against the other.
Solo. You can't.
Oh my god. Solo is just having the time of life right now. Gets that 3k for himself, and Excali was going to pick up that 3rd kill for himself, but then again, he was going to be full flash. It's all up to Solo to duke it out against Levi, but then again, Levi is not going to be able to manage this out, and Solo is not going to be able to manage it out, and Levi gets the 4th round for his own team. Now, 4-7, although that is a good score, it's kind of a little bit worrisome, aggressive, because they have a long grind to do now.
Yeah, but that round so good. Levi, named after the character from the side of Attack on Titans. You have to say that this guy is a deadly assassin, and he is very dangerous when you leave him on his lonesome. Being able to go in for a beautiful play as well. I think that Solo, he just got a little bit scared because considering the Cosmic Divide was on the map, he was expecting him to just sit out the defuse and just go in for that half, but he did not want to go in for that half defuse, understanding that, hey, Solo, that's exactly what Solo wants me to do, and that's why I'm going to be able to survive. And look at that spray control coming on down from the side of Excali. He gets a beautiful one tap down onto his own twin sister, being able to take him on down out. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be the first initial kill, but Solo, he has forward position now, pulling out the Seekers coming on down from the side of the sky. Knows for the fact that Jan Meister is going to be holding that angle. Going for that swing. Solo, who's playing through the smoke beautifully. Jan Meister does get a kill down on the Excali, but the trade is going to be going on down too, so no harm, no foul. This is still a 2 versus 4 situation with the man advantage going in the favor of the side of Samurai. It's going to be Blackhawk getting another kill down on his own twin sister. Levi gets a backseat to this entire matchup, and this could just be going on over to an 8-4 scoreline here, playing. Not much that the side of Purpose can do.
True, but then again, Fierce is still not going to be backing down. He's not going to be giving up, and he's still going to be going in for that kills. But no, Soul is just going to be disrespecting him for that classic. And Blackhawk is going to be picking up that final kill on Adam. Amazingly well done by both teams. But at the same time, like we were discussing before, right? It's going to be a hard grind, a hard, long grind for these guys on the attacker side. But at the same time, I've been called out on this before. Like, every time I say that a map is kind of a defender-sided map, a little bit of a defender-biased map, I always see these teams coming in with amazing takes on the attacker side. So if Purpose Esports is going to be pulling something miraculous out over here, they might be able to take their rounds back, Aggressive.
Yeah, but how many miracles can he actually pull off, ladies and gentlemen? That's going to be the real question, because side of Purpose, I can see a your own attacking side, it's just going to get a lot more difficult, to say the very least. You need to go in for a lot more of those different plays, and how will you actually circumvent a lot of these aggressive plays that could be coming on down through from the side of Samurai? Will you be able to do it all is the real question, but now with a lot of the utility being used up right at the get-go, it is going to be Blackhawk taking 30 points of damage, but that's pretty much it. Not really a lot more than that. Wimp is going to be able to hold down the side of B main really strongly, and all the members of the side of Purpose, they're just stuck outside of the side of mid. And this is like one of the signs of a tier 2 team. They don't really know what exactly they need to do to try and bring themselves an advantage towards the mid sidelines. They have mid control, but Purpose, what are you going to do with the side of mid? What is the purpose of the mid control? And yes, I took a leaf out of your...
I saw that coming, but anyway, let's see what their purpose is going to be, as they got 8 towers control too, and they have to go in for the B side control. But the amount of time they spend over here means that Samurai Esports is going to have all the time the world, and Excali is already positioned himself in that ruination, and he's going to be getting that kill on Adam. Now, Purpose Esports has to be falling back. They're already 1 player down. They're probably going to be going in for a hard rotate, and that's exactly what they're going to be doing. They went in through vent, and they got control of 8 towers, but how fast are you going to be doing it? Because you got to get a move on, and once you give time for Samurai Esports to recollect and understand that they're taking A side, they're going to be coming in and popping. And it's 3-4 situation. Now, the player advantage is on the side of the defenders. Now, Fierce is going to be coming in with a cheeky little flank, but he's going to be caught off guard because
Solo, man.
I thought he was going to right click, but no, he's just instantly deleted Fierce with a 1 tap. Excali gets another tap for himself, tries to get a third, but no, Delhi 10 is going to be shutting him down, but Blackhawk is going to be there to help him out, but Solo is going to be picking up the final kill for himself. 2v1, it was a 3v1 situation, not much that he could have done, and 4-9 on the scoreboard aggressive. Like I said, that is going to be the 9th round going into the favor of Samurai Esports, and it's just going to be a little defender bias, like I said. But I was hoping the Purpose Esports is going to be showing us something that we've never seen before, but when they're taking control of a particular area of a map, they're loitering there too much and giving Samurai Esports the time that they need to understand where they are, and if they keep doing that, they're going to end up failing in the long run of things.
Yeah, you can see the main problem there already as well. Primarily because of one thing. Remember what I was saying, that, hey, what separates a much more experienced team versus another one on the map of Split? It's all about that mid control. You have mid control, but what are you going to do with it? You need to have a plan. If you don't have that plan, things are just not going to be looking up. But at the same time, Wimp, he kind of did break up that smoke just a little bit. So now, when it comes down to that smoke, they're not really getting a lot of value out of it, but still, mid can pull it in their favor. Shots are going to be going on down all over. Solo's not going to be able to get killed, though. A little bit too overzealous with that Bucky. not going to be able to find out much, but at the same time, hey, it's not going to be hurting as well. But Excali going in for a couple of taps. He's going to be missing out on that first initial shot. He's not going to be able to go in for that kill. And Excali, it's just have to back off. Just be like, hey, I took some damage, and I'm not going to be able to hit my shots right now, so let's just head on back. It's going to be Adam getting one more kill. Whip on the other side is going to be able to take down Deadly. But Sai on this swag, this could just be as deadly right now, ladies and gentlemen. And Sai, he's in the prime spot to shut everyone down, but at the same time, Whip, he's in the best spot as well. He's gonna be able to take down one kill, but Adam's gonna be coming on down in on the back end. It's gonna be like, hey, Whip, I know you're stuck down here. I'm gonna be coming on down over, buddy. I'm gonna be going for the first kill. Sky pulls out the classic. He wants to try and go in for that kill, but he's not gonna be able to find out much. And now, for the side of Excali, will he be able to go in for that kill? Will he be able to find this last initial kill down on a Yanmeister? He's just not going to be able to. Yanmeister with a flick and a right click straight to the face and 6 HP and a dream. This guy
still
just
working?
pulled up the
Double check it, please.
Honestly, the problem here that I see is they're bringing it down to too close a fight. It's like, I don't like seeing 1v1 situations. It's really hard to do that. But then again, what I'm saying is Samurai Esports let this round slip, because although Purpose Esports was loitering around on mid yet again, and they were deciding to go in for a last-minute rotate, somehow time was on their side, because Excali came with a flank, and it was just timed also right that Purpose Esports managed to pick up a few kills for themselves, and Excali had to fall off. Look at that, Yanmeister is going to be picking up a kill on site. At the same time, Excali gets one kill as well, but they are limited to sheriffs. They don't have a full buy, and Blackhawk on top of that is going to be on a classic. So any gun that they can pick up from the side of Purpose Esports is going to be a gun well picked up. It all depends upon whether they're going to be able to do that so far, though, because A-side control has completely gone out, and it is all up to the entirety of Samurai Esports to get the round back. Solo over here trying to get a little bit of A towers control, trying to see any head that he can possibly get, but Levi and Yanmeister is going to be popping off. Whip tries to get a kill for himself, but no, Levi is just going to be shutting everybody down. It's a 2K for himself, and Deadly 10 is going to be spraying out Solo with that Spectre, putting up the 6th round on the board for themselves. 6-9 is kind of a nice score, if you know what I mean, but then again, it's a hard, long grind, and any sort of slip up that they're going to be giving out over there is going to be giving Samurai Esports that little bit of boost, that little bit of push to even have to fight lesser than what they're doing right now.
Yeah, things are just going to be looking up for the side of Purpose Esports, because now not only were they able to get that trophy round and also this first initial Byron for themselves proper, now they're going to be even more happier moving on down the line, because now they're the ones inching closer and closer towards an advantage. Excali's not going to have that first initial bullet on that operator, so it's just going to hurt a tiny little bit. But at the same time, it's completely fine. It's completely dandy. Don't worry about it, ladies and gentlemen, because Samurai Esports, they didn't lose any members. They have a lot of utility to work with as well.
Abrasive, I love how Blackhawk got confused for a little second. He's like, wait, somebody's dashing at me. They didn't realize it's Excali. And I'm like, okay, never mind. Loving the miscommunication over here too, but then they're pulling off such a good job. At the same time, this is a really crucial round, Abrasive. They don't have a lot of money, so if they lose this out, it's going to be a full buy versus full buy, but Purpose Esports economy is looking better. So what do you think about that?
When you consider the economy of the side of Purpose Esports, they can go in for proper buys for at the bare minimum of 2 rounds, I do believe, even if they lose out here, because as they are going to be getting those 1900 credits if they lose out a round, they have a lot of money to work with, so they can take it a little bit easy, but not too easy here. Wait, primarily because of one thing, because if they lose out on this round, they're going to be giving away the 10th round towards the side of Samurai Esports. So they do need to remember that they need to try, at the bare minimum, take it down to a 9-8 before they even consider losing out on a round and taking a deep breath. Because now with that first initial killjoy lockdown coming on down from the side of Yanmeister, this is a massive investment for them, and this investment needs to pay off. They need to get a lot of kills at a bare minimum to work with, but at the same time, Whip, he's not going to be giving anything away, but Whip going in for the smoke at the wrong time. He didn't really need to do anything right there, and that's just gotta be hurting. It's gonna be Fierce and Adam going in for a couple of kills for themselves. Levi going in for that swing as well, and the miscommunication coming on down through, ladies and gentlemen, from all the members of the side of Samurai Esports. It's just a little bit too questionable, but at the same time, Purpose Esports, their communication, it's just on point every single time here, Quaint.
Yeah, they're getting it all back, and on top of that, Atom, for some reason, just flying around the map, is having the time of his life. But yeah, this is what I was talking about. I was not talking about Purpose Esports. Now, see, their economy is tight. they've got it covered. Even if they had lost out that previous round, they still had money for a buy over here. But what I'm talking about is Samurai Esports is in a tight corner right now. They don't have the money, and they're going to be going in for sure. Judge on solo, which I'm going to judge on top of that because he did miss a few shots on that round. But my point is, now if you let a few more rounds slip, it's going to give Purpose Esports all the time in the world to make up that score. They're probably going to be getting the 8th round on the board, and then it's even Stevens. It's 8-9. That's not far off of a score, and we can be probably seeing a comeback. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, every time I say that a map is a little bit defender sided, the attackers honestly every time they match it prove me wrong. And look at this, Adam to be satcheling into side, gets a kill for himself. Yanmeister gets a kill on solo. Loving what I'm seeing over here. Adam gets a cheeky little kill on his own teammate somehow with that pain shell. But then again, it's not going to be that bad because it's still a player advantage on the side of Purpose Esports. But as I'm saying that, Excali, I know, right? Excali is just going to be... I swear, I'm pretty sure like that mouse must have shook a little bit. Like, wait, why are you there? Excali dashes and he updrafts and he gets a beautiful kill, and they have to honestly go in for a retake now, Abrasive.
I think it's just not gonna be as easy as we'd expect, because now it is gonna be Blackhawk with a couple of flashes for himself, but at the same time, this showstopper could be the deciding factor of all of these type of plays. Scally's gonna be good for 2, and he's gonna be able to take everyone down with his buddy whip on his side. Flash was beautiful coming on down from the side of Blackhawk as well. So in the long run, I would say this is the trip round that we would have expected to come on down through from the side of Samurai Esports. They were able to take it slow. They were able to take it smart. And wait, what did you spot out that I didn't spot out?
Excali is like, he honestly didn't like look at their economy, and he was like, yeah, I know they're on an eco, but his mind just switched up for a second. He's like, hey, look, an ion operator, and he went right there and he's like, oh no, this is Judge.
A Bucky.
Oh, sorry, a Bucky. Yeah, it's just like, oh, disappointment. Sad for Excalibur. But then again, he is probably going to be picking up an operator sometime soon because they've got the money now. Now, they've eked out that round, which is something that was of a crucial round. This is what I was talking about. I was not really sure if they were going to be able to pull out an eco run, and they pulled it out really beautifully. Excalibur really put his Blade Storms to use, and sometimes when you're stuck in a hard economy, that's all you need.
They're just going to be a little bit more systematic for the side of Samurai Esports, because they know for a fact that they're giving away a lot of these rounds. They cannot afford to lose any more here, because considering the type, considering the eco, yes, they have enough to just eke out a buy.
Yep.
They ask for buys coming on down through from their teammates instead. So let's just see how both of these teams are going to be facing off against one another, because it feels as though it's a stalemate right now, Queen. It's either go big or go home for both sides, because the utility in the side of Purpose, they have mid control. But what do they want to do with it?
Exactly. You're absolutely right. But at the same time, I was hoping for an 8-8 because I saw the spike all the way in sewers, but no, they're going to be going for mid control over here. They got mid control, and like you said before, once they have that, they're not really sure as to what to do with it. Samurai Esports always playing a game of smoke and mirrors, and which is exactly something what you're supposed to do when you're on the defender side on split. Like exactly, and peek out at exactly the right time. That is exactly what Blackhawk tends to do. Peeks out at the right time, gets a couple of kills for himself. Picks up Yanmeister as well. Brings it down to a 3v5 situation. An amazing storyline unfolding in front of us. Blackhawk picks up a 3rd kill. Deadly 10, however, is going to be shutting them down. And like I said, they're taking too much time and they're cutting it a bit too close for comfort. And they don't have the time to plant the spike because the spike is not even in their position. And Whip is going to be picking up the final kill for themselves. All they could do was hold their ground and pick up a few kills. They had to pick up the fight, but they knew they did not have that time. But that is what I'm talking about. You can't take too much time in deciding where you want to go. You either got to stick to a site and you got to take it by storm, or you got to leave it up to your teammates to, you know, just flood wherever, get the initial entry frag, and go in. You can't loiter for too long. That's what Purpose Esports is doing. But then again, they're doing a fantastic job on the rounds they're winning out, because then they're timing it really well. And Samurai Esports is honestly left none the wiser.
Yeah, at this point, you just need to expect a little bit more coming on down through from the side of your opponents. The fact that it is Samurai, you would expect the side of Purpose to show a little bit more emphasis on taking good, on using proper, using the control that they have on the map, properly. It's really hard to pinpoint those mistakes coming on down through from the side of Purpose due to their, due to the fact that they don't really have a lot of experience. And just look at Solo, man. Pull out one grenade and immediately went in for that kill. Excali just tapping around all over the place. Levi's gonna be able to shut him down, but Solo comes on down as a backup straight through the air like a majestic angel on wings. And maybe able to get the kill for his buddy, but at the same time here, Quain,
Honestly,
I don't know what to expect.
Solo, like you said, angel on wings indeed, because Excalibur was full fight. He's like, no, please, get me out of here, get me out of here. And it started just trying to dash and outtrap his way out of that fight. But then again, there's only so much you can do. Which, then again, as viewers, you don't really like sometimes understand when a flash is coming on through, but Excalibur was completely flashed. He didn't really have much of a choice, and it looked a little bit confusing. Solo came in with a backup, and at the right time at that. This is what I was talking about. They managed to bring their economy back up again, and Purpose Esports on a very crucial round, because this is probably going to be the last round of the first match of the day, because they do have their economy, but they have to play it out well. Scally managed to get one initial frag with that operator, but Levi is going to be instantly trading him out. Blackhawk knows the amount of people that are going to be there down mid, so he had to fall back. Little dog-on-dog action as they try to find each other out, but Blackhawk is going to be tagged first. He has no information, but they have information on Blackhawk. Now that they know that B Towers is going to be occupied, they're probably going to be going in for a little bit of an A tower control. But I'm not really sure. They're loitering again. Now, once you give Samurai Esports enough time for them to figure out where you are, they're always going to come in that flank. They're going to be pincering you, and you are not going to be able to breathe at all. Wimp is expecting that A towers push, but look at that. Again, 48 seconds on the clock, aggressive. Not a lot of time to work out with.
Too much, man.
Too much, yeah, actually. Like, if they don't take it a little quicker, they will be shut down by Samurai.
Yeah, they need to try and take a little bit more initiative, because once again, they're going in for that 30-second timer. Whip gets flashed out. Nearly no one checked him, and Whip's flash was going to be running on out, but down towards the back end. Solo, he pulls out the rocket. He wants to go in for that shot, but that pull-out time is just a little bit. This is going to be the one to take him down instead. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, things are looking up for the side of Purpose Esports. Slowly but surely, they're making the difference happen. They're making the plays work out in their favor. But at the same time, this round just did a complete 180. I thought that the side of Purpose, they were going to lose out here, but still.
Like, see, this is what I don't understand. Like, when they're going for the taste, they're doing it oh so beautifully, but they're just not timing it well enough. Now, this too was a little too close for comfort, but I thought that Wimp was gonna be getting that initial frag over there, but then that flash for his teammate and that dash at the same time was so perfectly timed aggressive. Now, that's the thing. I don't see this communication in other rounds, and in the rounds they're winning out, I just see impressive communication. Like, so good that it just looks like they're one of the tier 1 teams of the country. It's just so good sometimes.
Yeah. And now it's going to be the side of Purpose trying to go in for that second win. They're trying to go in for maybe a play for themselves and try and keep themselves in it for the first initial map. Because you know for a fact, Quain, that I always talk about the first initial map to be the most important map in the entire. Not only are they able to set the momentum for their own team down on the first initial map, they're going to be able to stabilize themselves as well. So let's see if they're going to be able to hold on down strong, or will they falter under the pressure, because it feels as though the side of Samurai Esports, they're not going to be giving any room away. Both of the Seekers are going to be coming on down from both between a rock and a hard place, and will this hard place be the place where they do die on out? Because once again, mid control is there. Everyone is making their way down from the side of mid towards that A side angle, and Whip, he could just have another nightmarish moment with the flash.
Because he does have a little bit of backup from Excalibur, but that's all he has, because the smokes are going to be coming in at the right time. Purpose Esports are coming in with a good execution again, but again, they're playing it down to the 40-second timer. Excalibur gets a kill, Wimp gets a second and a third, and amazingly well done. Oh my god, just pulls out a 90-degree flick and get that kill on Deadly 10. It's all down to Fierce to clutch out his round. He has a spike in front of him, but not really much he can do. He has the stars to play around with, but that's all he's going to be able to do. He's trying his level best to clutch out the round for his teammates, comes in with that dismiss, but Win is going to be picking up that 4th kill for himself, shutting it all down, putting up the 13th round on the board for himself. Amazingly well done by the entirety of Samurai, and really, Purpose Esports put up one hell of a fight. Like, the thing is, they did give it their all, and on the rounds that they were being able to bring back, right? They had so much to offer, so much to show, and such good execution, such good communication. Like, that flash coming along with a jet dash is not something that you see in some of the lower or even the mid-tier teams. Now, Purpose Esports, when they're coming out with those executes, you kind of forget their place, and you just look at them as a tier 1 team, which is exactly where Samurai Esports is at. The only problem I see here is consistency, but everything else they've got together.
Yeah, that is for sure. They're playing it smart and they played it extremely well as well, ladies and gentlemen. But at the same time, I felt as though Purpose, they just fell a tiny little bit short when it
Hmm.
came down to adapt
Yeah, pretty much. And
go
honestly,
in for those plays. But
yeah.
at the same time, a little bit technical difficulties from my end, ladies and gentlemen. But we are soon going to be fixing that up soon enough. But let's head on down over onto the match highlights to see a little bit more about the side of Purpose and exactly what they do every single time. Because point in my eyes personally, I felt as though this first initial knife kill just set up everything for the side of Samurai Esports. They were like, hey, let's have a little bit of fun against Purpose. But Purpose is like, you're supposed to take it seriously. This is a tournament game. Don't hurt my feelings like that. And they were able to chime on down.
Honestly, they were having the
Point.
time of their lives. They had
Yeah.
the fire in their veins, to be honest. And yeah, my buddy over here is having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so I'm just gonna be taking the match highlights from here. You take a
Yeah.
chill, feel aggressive.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Look at this. Honestly, Purpose Esports had a few good rounds, but that's it, a few good rounds. And in those few good rounds, we saw such good execution, like Deadly 10 just popping off and getting a few kills for themselves, and Samurai Esports being none the wiser. They just couldn't understand what was happening to them, and Purpose Esports was shutting them down also beautifully. But at the same time, Samurai Esports, we're talking about, once they got that confidence in the beginning, you know that they were going to be going in for cheeky plays anyway, because Wim came out with that knife and he went in for those kills. And then you saw the rest of the entirety of Samurai Esports picking up the rest of the kills. Their execution as a team is also beautiful. And look at that. Excali just dashing to that guy, just going up drafting. And he's like, you know what? Let me calmly bring out my blazer. I'm just going to be putting all of them into your body. This is what I'm talking about. Samurai Esports is on a whole different level of communication, and Purpose Esports can catch up very soon. I'm going to be predicting very little time that is going to be taken by them to catch up to the top tier teams in the country. Because look at that positioning, look at the execute, look at the timing. It's all right, but sometimes that timing falls short a little bit, and the communication as well. But it's just that it's the consistency, not the aim, but the communication and the timing aggressive.
I completely agree with you there. Purpose, they could have done so much more to get this winning.
Yeah. But then again,
When it down to their setups as well. And once again, I'm having a little bit too much of a technical difficulty. So Quay, why
clearly,
don't you take it all away and send us over down onto the next one? So, do you have any
honestly,
more
because
closing thoughts for this?
that's pretty much it. I kept going on with it throughout the entire map, but what I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, it is still a BO3, and Split is not an easy map. And for these top tier teams who are so strategic in their plays, they're always going to be more calm, controlled, and collected on the map of Split. There's not much that you can do. So Purpose Esports didn't have that much of a chance, but they still took whatever chance they had, brought it down to a pretty good score, I would say, and not every day that he can say that he had such a good score against Samurai Esports. But the second map is where it's going to be really counting, where it's kind of a wild card map. It is going to be the map of Breeze, ladies and gentlemen. And you know how much I love Breeze, because you see so many amazing plays. It's such a new map. You don't see a proper set in stone kind of meta for strategies over here. You mostly see the Viper. That's probably the only meta that you see on Breeze. So it all boils down to how Purpose Esports is going to be countering that. So I'm really waiting for that to come out of Breeze at this point.
Yeah, Breeze is going to be where the
Mm.
same time, I feel as though my fun is just not going to be there for really long until I do fix up the technical difficulties. So, as we are going to be going in for the closing moments and Wim's incredible play, just look at what Wim did, man. He just destroyed the purpose of Purpose Esports, and he's going to be the one sending us over onto the map of Breeze. And an incredible play coming on down from all the members of both sides. Formed so beautifully as well. You have to give it towards the side of Purpose to consistently change up their strategies and bring their A game down to the table. But will they be able to do it down over onto the next map? It's going to be the real question. But speaking of the next thing, make sure to check out the Amazon Prime Day sales, which are going to be coming up on the 26th and on the 27th. Quint, I know that you're excited for this as well because you've been looking at a couple of deals from the side of Amazon Prime Day. Come on, walk us right through it. Come on, tell me how excited you are.
Who isn't, right? Like every year, I wait for the Prime Day sales to come up because they have the most exclusive deals. And I'm not just bragging about the deals just because I have to say it. It is actually one of the best things that I wait for in the entire year. Like you get so many deals and so many things that you've been waiting for your entire year. And it's kind of like Christmas, to be honest. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. You guys have been waiting for it too. You know the amazing sales that come on down. And this year is going to be on the 26th and 27th of July. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to mark that on your calendars. Go down there, click on the links in the description below, and just check out those amazing deals that you've been waiting for. But until then, we're going to be taking a short break while we check all of that out. And this is going to be the Amazon Prime Day Championship of Valorant powered by Ultragear, Logitech, Steelseries, and Corsair themselves. And these are amazing brands that you all have heard of. And their links are also going to be in the description. So go there, check them out, pick up a few things that you wanted to get for your own gaming gear, and just have the time of your lives. But until then, we're going to be taking a short break because even Aggressive is having a little bit of a technical issue. We'll fix that and we'll set up the next map for you, and we will be back very shortly.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Amazon Prime Day Valorant Championship. As we are back with map number 2 of this intense matchup. This event is, of course, brought to you by in association with LG Ultragear, Steelseries, Logitech, and of course, Corsair. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we head on down over to map number 2, the side of Purpose Esports, they kind of did drop the ball when it came over to map number 1 because Samurai Esports, they were giving a lot of chances towards the side of Purpose to try and close down a lot of those rounds, but they were just not able to. And it feels as though Quaint, the side of Purpose, they just crumbled under a lot of the pressure, and going up against such an experienced team, their experience was just not there. Constantly going on down towards the side of mid, trying to establish a little bit of control. They had the control, but they just didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, to be honest, you're completely right. But at the same time, it is a BO3, right? So we're going to be going into the second map, which is going to be Breeze. Now, on the map of Breeze, I see a lot of potential for Purpose Esports to make a comeback. But speaking of comebacks, we just want to take a little brief moment over here because you know what's making a comeback? The Prime Day sale yet again this year on the 26th and the 27th of July, ladies and gentlemen. Mark your calendars because Christmas has come early. It's going to be amazing exclusive deals coming down your way. So you better check that out. The links are always going to be there in the description. And also for the amazing sponsor that we have, Corsair, Logitech, Steelseries, you can just always go there and check them out. But my point here being aggressive, it's going to be the map of Breeze, and experience is always going to be showing on the map of Breeze. So we're going to be heading on down to the agent select screen to show you what these guys are going to be picking to duke it out on the map of Breeze.
Yes, we are going to be hitting on that over here, Quaint. You know for a fact that this is your favorite map, so I'm going to be giving a lot more analysis segments over to you because I know you love to walk us right through all of these setups. But at the same time, look at Samurai. They're going in for a double controller composition. And I love this ideology from the side of Samurai Esports because they can go in for a lot of those different plays. And a lot of European teams and NA teams are also picking up a double controller composition. Because why? Because consider it like this. There's a Viper holding down on that B side. Yeah? So the Viper is on B. What are you going to do about the A side instead? If you need a smoke on A, the Viper cannot smoke that at all. And you're just left on your own devices to try and control that A side by yourself. And if you don't have a smoke on the map of Breeze that is properly able to hold down that A side, you're in a pretty detrimental situation because people can just push in towards from the side of A main, push in towards from the side of mid doors, and you can do absolutely nothing about it. You cannot circumvent the push. You cannot help your teammates go in for a proper rotation. You're just in a pretty tight spot. And for the side of Samurai Esports to go in for such a different strategy, I really like this. Moving on down the line, I want to see the side of Samurai pull off a lot of different strategies, but at the same time, for the side of Purpose, they have the similar composition with a little bit more firepower by adding that extra bit of spice, being that duelist.
Well, aggressive, I completely agree with that, but my point here being experience counts because Breeze is not a map that has been around for long, right? So you don't have a lot of metas, you don't have a lot of strategies that you normally can resort to. You can't play it by the book because there's no book to play it by. That is where these teams come in who have a lot of experience in like adapting to various situations, which is why I think that, you know what, it's going to be a little easier for Samurai Esports just having that more experience as a team. But on the side of Purpose Esports, if they have a little bit of a strat game going on, they might honestly be able to take it all away. So it really just completely comes down and boils down to who is going to be duking it out where. And in my eyes, honestly, I love a little bit of A-link control, that Halls control, because most people neglect that, and that backstab is always going to be coming in from there. So let's just see.
First initial push going on down through. Things are just going to be looking up just a tiny little bit, but not too much though, because you do need to remember that it is going to be the side of Purpose going in for that first initial takedown towards that A side. The flash does go on through an Excali. He's just going to get caught between a rock and a hard place, and he just needs to back on off. Cannot be a little bit too over aggressive, but with the heal coming on down through from the side of the sky, he's going to be quite happy. He's going to be able to take it slow. He's going to be able to take it smart, but look at Sai. This is going to be the omen coming on down through on that lurk. He needs to be very careful not to make any footsteps. He does get the first initial take, and he's going to be able to take down Shri. And now there's not going to be no Sage. The smokes are going to be coming on down as well. It's going to be Levi getting a kill down on the one side, Adam getting another one down on the win. But with that, things have stabilized. And it's going to be side of Purpose with the man advantage. Moving on down forward and the health advantage as well because Blackhawk, he's not healthy yet.
and aggressive. This is kind of an attacker-sided map, but the problem is every time I say that, I see these amazing strategies coming out from the opposite side. Well, let's just see. Purpose Esports are looking strong so far. Levi does manage to get a tap game going on solo. Blackhawk sprays him out instantly, and Atom picks up a kill on Blackhawk. Brings it down to a 1v2 situation, and Scally, the guy who was being super aggressive off the bat, is the last one standing. It all depends upon whether he's going to be able to clutch it out with an amazing Weaver Sheriff over there. He went in for a really risky buy, and he's holding a B side expecting a B push, but he has to rotate at any point right now. He has a Viper ball set up for him, but it doesn't really matter because Viper is down and out for the count, and he knows the spike plan has gone out, and he has to go in for that retake. Problem here is aggressive. Like I said, it is a little bit easier on the attack side, and you have a lot of white spaces to work around with, and if you use your Viper properly enough, it's going to be an easy affair. Purpose Esports seems to know that, but it honestly depends upon how Samurai Esports is going to be holding back the pushes coming in, how they're going to be retaking the sites that is going to really matter.
Yeah, Scally, there's not much that he can do. Maybe go in for a couple of shots. He does get that first initial kill down on the Atom, but at the same time, yeah, he doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't know where to go. Levi's going to be that assassin to take him on down out. And now that's going to be the first on the board for the side of Purpose. And it feels as though Purpose, they know exactly what they really want to do. They know exactly how they want to take over the map. But at the same time, I feel as though Sai was a little bit too over-aggressive. Right after getting that first kill and placing down that smoke, he should have just made a run for it down towards the other side lane. But hey, no harm, no foul. The side of Purpose, they get the first initial round. And with that pistol round in their favor, they're going to be able to play it a lot more smarter moving on down the line because they need this first initial round. After such a heartbreaking loss on map number 1, they need that little bit of a pep talk to build themselves back up again.
What is that recon dart again? Sure, yeah, sure. That worked. And Adam is just going to be coming in and get a couple of kills for himself, but still. Yeah, that lineup, so impressive. Like, oh yeah, that's kind of a joke moment over there, ladies and gentlemen. It's always fun to see those moments in Valorant. You can't really help it. But I want to talk about Solo's knife over there a little bit, if he ever pulls it out, that is. Then again, I am expecting a little bit of a push coming in from the side of Samurai Esports. Trey is down to 24 points of health, not looking that good over here. Looking a little green under the gills, and he's going to be taken out by Wim. Down to a 3v4 situation. Still possible, but they're still playing on their pistols, and these guys are still playing on their bonus. But at the same time, Levi has picked up a Vandal for himself. He's going to make it count. Gets a couple of kills for himself. Fierce gets one. Levi gets one. Down to a 1v3 situation. Not a lot that side can do is try to pick up one kill and maybe fall back. Maybe, but he has to be, getting kills to get that little bit of economy. He knows he can't clutch it out. Doesn't have the time. And yeah, it's going to be going out to the side of Purpose Esports. But like I said, a little bit of an attacker setup map. What I am seeing wrong from the side of Samurai Esports is that they should be falling back and going for that retake. Personally, what I tend to do is I tend to play Reyna on the A side and play along with the teammate over there. Flash out the A main entrance for my teammates so that they can get an initial frag, and then I can just play around those pyramids to block out whatever, push is going to be coming in. It always works out. I don't know why Samurai Esports are not doing that, but they probably have something else up their sleeve that's aggressive.
I've got your trail.
I feel as though they could play the Sky on that angle a little bit more, and that is a lineup that I actually like that we got that through from the side of Solo. I feel as though it was a little bit of an oopsie on those previous rounds when he was trying to go in for those lineups, but hey, moving on down the line, let's just talk a little bit more about what's happening down towards that A side. I like the idea here that they're sending both of the controllers down towards this one specific sideline. Things can work out in their favor, but this is just so dangerous and this is just so hard to get a lot of value out of. It's going to be deadly onto the back end, being able to take down Excali. Levi's going to be able to chime on in and get another kill for himself onto the head of Wimp. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a 2-man advantage for the side of Purpose Esports, and it feels as though Breeze, this is their home map and this is their home ground, and they're ready to call out for blood, but at the same time, it is going to be a Blackhawk being the thorn in the sides of Purpose Esports' plan. Being able to go in for those kills and then go in for those plays. But look at Adam, he's in the perfect spot to get the first initial kill. He's going to be able to take down one, but at the same time, will he be able to take down Sai is going to be the real question. 2 versus 2 on the map, ladies and gentlemen. And wait, it feels as though the side of Purpose could just go big or go home at this point, because Sai's kill was just so crucial. He's not going to be able to find it. And so last person remaining, maybe going in for that kill, maybe going in for this clutch. He's just not going to be able to. He doesn't have the HP to do it. Adam instead is going to be the one to get that final kill. Take him out and send the side of Purpose over to a 0-3 scoreline.
Honestly, amazingly well done by the side of Purpose Esports, but I feel like Samurai Esports is not managing their economy also well, because I saw like a fast buy over there. I saw a few Vandals and I saw a few Marshals. If you're going to be going in for a full buy, going for a full buy, I don't think you can be cutting Purpose Esports some slack. Now, this is a problem with a lot of pro teams out there. Once you lose, I mean, once you win out of the first map, they start getting a little bit too overconfident, and they stop, looking at the various strategies that they can be pulling off. But then again, I don't blame them. It is a map of breeze, and there's no sort of meta for this. So they're going with whatever they have. They're going with whatever angle they can hold. It all depends upon who is going to be seeing who first and who's going to be getting the initial frag. And speaking of initial frag, Sai is going to be picking one up on straight. But look at this push coming in from Excalibur over there. Really aggressive, and not something that might be working out to his favor, because Levi is going to be holding that angle. He's going to be able to take him clean out. Now, the thing is, Purpose Esports already have mid control, already have nest control, and that's all he needs at this point, because he's popped his ultimate, he's popped his Empress, and he has to get a few kills. Blackhawk has no idea that he's over here. He sees the gun barrel, he flicks, and he lands that shot on Adam, and Adam gets deleted in spite of that Empress with a Reaver Sheriff, no less. Logitech is going to be picking up a kill for himself, brings it down to a 2v3 situation, ladies and gentlemen, and the spike plan has to come up at any time. Again, cutting it a little too close, but in the map for Breeze, it is kind of forgivable because you can start picking up the kill. Solo, however, manages to connect a shot through that Viper wall. Amazingly well done, but not a lot of HP on both teams. Sova is low and Viper is low from the side of Purpose Esports. 30 seconds to play around with. At this point, Samurai Esports, all they have to do is play time, and play time they shall agree. So all depends upon how they're going to be timing this out.
Yeah, at this point, there's not much that they can do. Blackhawk went in for that swing. He's not going to be able to find that kill. And that's just...
And my buddy Abrasive is going to be lagging out yet again.
Yes.
It happens to the best of us. But yeah, it's going to be a done deal for the side of Purpose Esports. They're going to be taking the win. But did you guys see that knife? We finally get to see that Sentinel of Light melee. I love that. That honestly looks so beautiful in my opinion. Like one of the best out there. Now, I have a thing for the glitch pop, but this is just, the animation is just so good, Aggressive. Is he completely out? I think my buddy's completely out. It's probably the Sentinel of Light that has completely blinded him to his own network. But then again, we're going to be going into the 5th round on the board, ladies and gentlemen, and Purpose Esports are on a roll. All depends upon how Samurai Esports is going to be holding down. And finally, it seems to me like they're not being able to push back at the right time. Purpose Esports are always going for an A main take. Nobody is going in for A Paul's take. That would be a better strategy in my opinion, but they're sticking with what hasn't been broken. They're doing a pretty good job of it, using their wall to get entry, and once they're getting entry, all they're doing is putting up the spike plan, and they're just waiting for the kills to come in. And Samurai Esports has to go in for that retake, right? And there's nothing else that they can do. But a little bit later on the execution this time means that Samurai Esports has all the time in the world to set themselves up and get the kills from themselves. Purpose Esports might go in for a flank, might go in for an A-hall stake, like Jet is going for a rotate over there, but Wimp manages to spot Adam out and takes him clean out. The smoke comes in beautifully, blocking out any sort of vision whatsoever. Mid control is probably going to be taken by Viper and Sage over there, but it depends upon Blackhawk. If he's going to be able to see them out first, he will get both of them down because they will be none the visor. Now he knows exactly where they are because that smoke has come in. That smoke has come in so beautifully because Blackhawk is not going to have the time to pick up those kills. They're going to be able to get doors entrance, but Sai manages to pick up a kill for himself, brings it down to a 5v2 situation. Samurai Esports looking super strong right now, and it was a flawless round coming in from them as the last few kills are going to be picked up, and Sai is going to be picking up the 3rd kill for himself, putting up the first round on the board for the side of Samurai Esports. That is what I like to see. A good hold, a good positioning, and not a lot of aggression. Because when you start aggressing against Purpose Esports, you can't be letting them down that much. You can't be underestimating them. Once you start doing that, they're going to be starting to lose the rounds. And also, they were managing their economy also. Well, Samurai Esports has picked it back up. They picked up proper guns for themselves, and Excali and Sai both are going to be playing that operator game right now. They're probably feeling it. And on the map of Breeze, it's really better to go in for a long range gun like the operator.
I completely agree with you there, and that operator is going to be taking a lot of dividends as well, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back as well, and it's going to be the side of Samurai Esports being able to take it all down to hell. It's going to be the side of Deadly getting the first initial kill, of being able to take down one of the operators, but not for long, because Deadly, he gets a bullet straight to the face, and Sai just buddy offs and plays a little bit of a mind game with Shree. And yeah, that guy's just not going to be having a good day, but this double operator setup coming on down through from the side of Samurai Esports is quite strong here, Queen. That is for sure. And you know for a fact that the map of Breeze is actually very, very attacker-sided. And the fact that the side of Purpose Esports are able to get those 4 rounds, but at the same time, the side of Samurai being able to get these 2, they're able to adapt. and they're able to take the bull by the horns and throw it out the window. The side of Purpose Esports, they need to be very much careful, and they need to adapt as well, because otherwise the side of Samurai Esports, it could just take them out in a matter of seconds.
Honestly, now look at this. Look at the economy that Samurai Esports has got going on. 6K for its own side. Blackhawk has 2K. There's 5K on Wimp and 2.9 on Solo. Excali has 4.6. They have all the money in the world to buy a mansion. And this is what I like seeing, because they have enough economy to lose out a round, but that's what it means. They have the confidence to go in for the aggression, and that also means that Purpose Esports is going to be getting all the time in the world to pick up a few kills for themselves. And look at that, Deadly 10 and Adam are going to be picking up a couple of kills for themselves, but Sai is going to be popping off. Gets 2K, swings, and does not miss. Aggressive. Gets a beautiful kill on Trey and shuts down the entirety of Purpose Esports. Also, well, it all depends upon whether he's going to be able to steal Levi, but he does. And a beautiful downward flick that means he's going to be picking up the 4th K for himself. Amazingly done by Sai, and he was just feeling it that round, and that barrel is probably smoking aggressive because those swings, oh, they were so beautiful.
Honestly, man, you have to give it a Sai to be an absolute beast here. 3 bullets, not even gonna be a reload, not even a bead of sweat on his forehead. Sai just went in for those swings with that operator and made it all happen. And this is Sai on an operator, ladies and gentlemen. This guy just does not miss. There's a reason why he was known as an operator prodigy as soon as he picked up the game of Valorant, ladies and gentlemen. And this is exactly why the shots are going to be absolutely beautiful. Excali, though, is going to be able to spot out the first initial player. Tree takes a little bit of damage down towards the back end, and he's going to be the one to get on taken out. But at the same time, Sai a little bit too aggressive. I think he took my words to heart a little bit too much. And he paid the ultimate price for it with his own life. And Adam's going to be the one to shut down one. He should be able to shut down Blackhawk as well, but no, Blackhawk's going to be the one to take him on down. And with the Seekers going on down through this 3 versus 3 situation, just got a lot more harder for the side of Purpose, because now their positions are known and they know exactly what to expect from the side of Purpose.
Dude, and on top of that, they don't have the guns to work around with. Meanwhile, Samurai Esports does, so it all matters upon whether Blackhawk is going to be able to get that tap game going on. Now, he knows that the Marshall is going to be pulled up there on that spawn. It honestly depends upon whether he's going to be able to get a kill, but he has to fall back. He gets a kill, but he's not going to be fall back, and Deadly 10 gets that kill for himself. Beautiful trade coming out. 2v2 situation, aggressive. Nah, I'm not really sure if that was worth it, though, but I feel like Blackhawk should have played it a little safer. On top of that, what is kind of exciting is the fact that he's trying out Sky now. I know him to be that godlike Astra player, and I feel like he was stagnating a bit too much. So he just decided to switch on over to the Sky, and I'm loving what he's putting out so far. But oh my god, Wimp looks away. I know, right? The Wimp looks away. Just the right time. And Fierce is going to be putting up the wall, but that does mean that Wimp knows where he is. 13 seconds of the clock aggressive, and they have to go in for the spike plant, which they will go for right now. It all depends upon how Solo, Deadly 10 is going to be supporting his teammate over there. Smoke and mirror game going on the side of the attackers right now. It all depends upon how they're going to be spotting out the players off the bat. Wim is trying to spam out the smoke. Does manage to get a kill through that slam. Tries to go in for a second mode. No, Deadly 10 is just too deadly. Gets a kill. And oh my god, the swing, and none of this gets that kill on Solo. Honestly, I feel like was just being a little too overconfident. Whiffed a little bit and happens to the best of us Solo. But yeah, not today, buddy. Because Deadly 10 is gonna be Deadly 10.
That swing, man, was absolutely beautiful coming on down through from the side of Deadly 10. That tracking was just not on point, but hey, it happens from time to time.
Honestly,
even to
yeah.
the best
And the
of us,
chat
the
aggressive
of players. But at the same time here, playing that round was so crucial as well for the side of Samurai Esports, primarily because that would have been that momentum break for them to take it over to that 4-4 scoreline and then try and fight for a break point. So once again, the side of Purpose, they're able to get the lead for themselves, heading on down over to the 5th score of this half. But at the same time,
you know what, aggressive? I think he was just distracted a little by that melee that he had. The brand new acquired melee is like just so distracting. I think probably just yeah, I know. That is honestly one of the best melees I've seen, man.
Yeah, Solo. Maybe using a different melee would be a little bit more better for a tournament game, I would say. But hey, we wanted to showcase the skin to everyone's back at home, so they are going to be able to buy it as well. Just as you should buy a couple of deals off of Amazon Prime Day. Remember, as the match is still going to be in a little bit of a hectic state, remember to mark your calendars, 26 and 27. Amazon Prime Day sales. You just don't want to miss it, because the amount of discounts and the beautiful products that you can receive, it's going to be second to none. But now heading on back over to the matchup, feels as though both of these teams, they're at a standstill, and Purpose Esports are adamant on going down over towards his A side, but yeah, at this point, Wimp is like a literal thorn in their sides, and Solo's just throwing shock darts left and right.
Yeah,
They can't
pretty
go in
much.
for a rotation though. What are they planning?
I know, right? Like, they have gone in for a team-based push, but at the same time, I don't like a proper aggression coming in onto A main. Because see, you're going to be shut down by Samurai Esports anyway, because the entire team is there too. They know that you're going to be aggressing every time, and since you're taking too much time, and look at that, ladies and gentlemen, 5 seconds on the clock, and not a lot that Adam can be doing. Solo knows exactly where he is, and he is going to be taking his revenge for that miss, and he's going to be taking Adam down. He's going to be like, you know what? I have my melee over here. Look at that. Look at him flexing. Look at him just flexing away. But yeah, the attackers are going to be taking a little bit of time out to understand what went wrong over there, but I'm going to be telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you can go in for an A aggression. Now, it may work out for you in the initial rounds, but you can't keep going for that. This is what I love about the map of Breeze, and this is why Aggressive wanted to give it to me. I love the number of strategies you can pull out here. There's no meta, and it's all about an aim game. But if you're taking aim game, you can't be rushing at a site together. Like, yes, it works out on other maps, but since the opening is so big, you play a little game of smoke and mirrors, and you take entry. But even then, once you go through that veil, Samurai Esports is going to be able to pick up all of the kills because they know where you guys are. A little bit of a spam, and they're going to be picking up a few kills. You got to take a little bit of control from each part of the map. You got to be going down halls to take control, play a little bit of a split play, go down mid, take double doors control, take nest control, smoke out the mid section. There's so many options to play around with, but Purpose Esports is not doing that. And since it's an attacker side map, a 5 score is good. And when they had that good roll going on, they didn't want to break it. But right now, you gotta change up your strategies, guys. 4-5 is not that good of a score. Samurai Esports will take it back with the attack.
Playing it proper, and they're playing it smart. The side of Samurai, they understand that, hey, Purpose Esports needs to be the one who makes that move. They need to be that person to take a little bit more initiative. And after what happened in map number 1, they know for a fact that Purpose, they overthink things, and they are not always going to be being over-aggressive on a lot of their different sidelines, and that's why it's going to be hurting them quite a lot moving on down the line. They need to try and go in for an advantage. They need to try and go in for something different, because Solo, he just gets another kill down on the tree, and Trey, it's just not gonna be in a pretty good spot. Solo gets taken on down again, but Solo, what is this guy on? He's just like, I know what happened on that round against Deadly, and I'm gonna make sure that that never happens again. He's proving his point. He's going in for those shots. He's going in for those kills. Blackhawk's gonna be good for 1 down on the Fierce, and now it's just Levi versus the entire world. Do you think that he can pull it off here, Queen? Or is he gonna face a horrible death?
Honestly, he knows that he's not going to be able to put it off.
That operator is just, he just threw it. You don't do that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Nah, I mean, he could have picked up a few more kills and then thrown it, but then again, he knows he's not going to be able to win out this round because he knows that a little bit of smoke and mirror gameplay is going to be coming out from the side of Samurai Esports yet again. For him. Like, he went in for that dash, he went for that smoke. Amazingly well done by Samurai Esports. This is what I appreciate about them, right? They're taking control of every site. They're looking at every site because they know that Purpose Esports has all the opportunities in the world to take control of any possible angle in the map. Now, you have a really good operator, which is Solo, playing down the middle position, and that's all you need. Now, that role is going to be given over to Sai. As long as he doesn't aggress too much, they're going to be picking up the kills because that mid control is going to be held down by Sai, and all the side control are being held down by the individual players. And Purpose Esports pushing down through one site is not something that is advisable.
Now, with the side of Purpose, in a pretty tough spot. Excali, he went in for the spray with the Vandal at that range, and it's gonna be Shrey instead being able to take him on down out. And Excali, he's not having a really good day this time around, but hey, Wimp, his buddy is gonna be there to possibly get a revenge kill, but Shrey's not gonna be opting to go in for that swing just yet. Playing it slow, but playing it smart is gonna be the side. Samurai Esports, and it's gonna be Sai getting that first initial kill down on the Deadly in beautiful successive fashion. He does get the first initial one, but Adam, he just walked peeks the corner and killed Sai. And I'm pretty sure that Sai, he was just already for it.
He definitely wasn't, and Adam does get a little bit overzealous and goes in for the second kill, but no, Solo does try to get the kill, but Adam is just going to be jumping out. Does manage to attack out Adam a lot with that Hunter's Fury though, and he's going to be finishing him off with his gun instead. Levi over here living up to his name gets a kill on Wimp, but Trey is going to be evening out the balance. He's going to be putting up one more flare on the count for the side of Purpose Esports, and that's all they need. But the information has already gone out of Samurai Esports, and they're going to be picking up on the information. Blackhawk gets a kill for himself. Solo over here being super aggressive. Has to go in for a few kills, although... Yep, this is what we've been waiting for, gentlemen. Honestly, the lineup, oh my god, so beautifully done. but not enough time. Solo, the amount of time that took to come down onto that spike was enough time. Okay, hold up. Really? Too aggressive. That's a 4K from Solo over there. That's all he's gonna be doing. That's why his name is Solo, because this guy is a one-man army. That's all he needs. A Vandal, a Solo. That's all he needs. Throw him out onto a side and he will clutch out the round for you.
Thinking of a manga called Soul Living right now, and I feel as though Solo's like that character who started off right at rock bottom and then built himself up, leveling up, grinding hard, and this is what he does, ladies and gentlemen. This is how he grinds. He goes down on every single 1 versus 4 situation in the entire server, brings it back for his team, and takes it all away. And his buddy Sai, he's like feeling himself now. He's like, hey, I know you are Solo. I know for a fact what you can do, but see my Solo plays as well. Like, Sally's gonna be able to chime on it. I get some triple kill. That operator is able to shut everyone down. And now, poor old Shrey on the other side of the map, will he be able to do something? Does get a kill down on a little bit of an over-aggressive Excali, but Blackhawk is like, don't worry, Sai. I know exactly where Shrey is. I called him on his phone, heard his ringtone, and I'm gonna now take him on down now. 7-5 on the scorecard towards the side of Samurai Esports, and they have turned it like a complete 180 here, ladies and gentlemen. Because now, the side of Samurai, they're able to do pretty much everything that they want.
Yep, pretty much aggressive, but yes, here's the thing. Attacker side of map and Samurai Esports, they have their utilities. They know what to do with them, and they do it so well on the attacker side. Now, 7-5, you guys might call it an okay score and enough of a chance for the other side to come back. But here's what I think. Yeah, but here's what I think. On the attacker side, Samurai Esports are going to be driving it all the way home. And on that last round, right, they went in for the gun buy, but I honestly think that they should have gone in for a utility buy, because that was a really risky play. And you take away the veil, you take away the cover, and the defenders are hiding. They have to peek at the right time, and they have to just pick up the kills, and they will do that. So you can't really be playing without smokes and mirrors, because that is not going to work out for you. A bit of a missed recon dart there, but my point still stands. That was not a wise move from Purpose Esports, and it depends upon whether they're going to be able to pick up the kills over here. Atom, I'm not really sure what that shot was, but he does manage to pick up a kill. Deli10 picks up a kill for himself. Levi also does the same, looking to be a flawless first round, and Solo and Levi just duking it out. They're just trying to connect the first shot, but Solo is going to be connecting that shot on that head instead. Putting up the 6th round on the board for the side of Purpose Esports. But ladies and gentlemen, once the utilities come onto the side of Samurai Esports, you are going to see how the tables are going to turn, because they're going to be taking control so hard. And Purpose Esports, I expected a little more for them. I thought they were going to be having strategies that they're going to be coming up with, but not today, aggressive. Not today.
I think that now you know exactly what to expect here, Quaid. I always tell you that the Ghost is a very inaccurate weapon, and you just saw it there. Both Levi and Solo, they were just like sitting down over onto that corner and just completely were like, you know, they were just sitting down, they were squatting and being like, just please hit, and it's gonna be Adam hitting a couple of his own shots. It's a beautiful double dig down on the side, takes him down out, and now without any form of an extra smoke, it's all up to Wim to be that deciding factor. It's gonna be Excali getting the first initial kill down on the Fears, but at the same time, right behind him, it's gonna be a couple of shots coming on down through from the side of Levi. He's gonna be a beautiful kill down on the Blackhawk, but Adam, he's in the prime spot. He just shut down one. Solo, he doesn't know where to expect, he doesn't know where to look. And instead, it's gonna be a side of Purpose Esports being able to send it down over onto a 7-7, even Steven scoreline, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what you would expect coming on down through from the side of Purpose, because it feels as though Breeze, it's their home map and they know exactly how to play this map down to the T.
So here's what I think. Like, since I was saying that you should play a little bit of a split play on the attacker side, and they weren't doing that. Now, on the defense, you can't be pushing into one side, right? So they're forced to split up to take individual control of various parts of the map. And since they're forced to do that, that's all they need. That is that initial motivation they need to take control of various sites. And you're going to be having to play that split gameplay and coming up with the retakes. So it's really the game itself forcing Purpose Esports to play it a little bit split apart, and that is what is giving them the advantage. It all depends upon how Samurai Esports are going to be using their utilities to take back the rounds and to take control over the sites instead. A lot of information has been already given out here onto the site of B, and that rotate has to be coming in at any time. you can look at Atom coming with a flank over there, and he might be able to pick up a few kills for himself, but it all depends upon the timing, and it all depends upon how quickly he's going to be able to come into sight, because he's walking all the way from there, fearing that he's going to be giving away information, but Wimp is going to be picking up a couple of kills for himself. That Sheriff, amazingly well done at Delhi 10, and Sheriff going to be down and out for the count. Atom, like I said, a bit too late. Excali gets that kill, and Sai is just going to be popping off and gets that kill on Levi. Like I said, it all depends upon how Samurai Esports is going to be taking it, and take it they did. It's all up to Fierce to clutch out this round, but I think it's going to be a flawless round for Samurai Esports, and yes, it is. It's going to be a flawless round coming out from the side of Samurai Esports, but this is what I'm talking about.
50, man.
Flawless 50 on top of that. I'm loving this play. So this is what I am saying. They go in for split takes, and they go in for split control. This is where the balance might be upset, because Purpose Esports is forced to play split apart, and that is where you start, shining individually. And that's how you're supposed to play Breeze. And the way they're playing on the defenders is how they should have played on the attack side. They should have taken individual controls over various parts of the map, but now that they've given away a little bit of the lead to Samurai Esports, I feel like they can drive it all the way home, but I hope that Purpose Esports has something lined up for us, because they have a full buy right now. Let's see what they're going to be doing with that aggressive.
Now it's going to be Shrey with that Guardian trying to hold them down strong. And I don't really know how I feel about this, because Excali, he's making that push happen. Wim goes in for that swing. He's going to be able to spot out Shrey and take him on down now. And now the B side is completely opened up. There's not much that they can do. Shots are going to be going on down all over the map. They know where to expect a couple of the bullets to come on down from. The trails are going to be there. Excali going in for a couple of pop shots. Maybe get a tiny little bit of damage, and it's going to be Adam on the receiving end of a lot of hurt. Does spot out one of the players, but with the wall constantly going on down through from the side of Wim. He's using his utility so well. He's able to set up his teammates beautifully every single time. Fierce is going to be able to take down Excali. Deadly's going to be good for one as well, but at the same time, it's still a man advantage for the side of the attackers. Samurai Esports, they're in the prime spot to keep this hold going, to keep themselves strong, collected, and cool. Good Blackhawk goes in for a swing against an operator, and this guy, he's just ready. He's just ice cold here, Queen.
Look at Sai. He's hunting. He's hunting Fierce now, and he knows that Fierce has a gun. He doesn't want him to keep that gun. But no, Fierce is just going to be running away. Amazingly well timed by Fierce. He does manage to keep that Vandal for yet another round. And that means that he's going to be having a Vandal. And honestly, that's all there is on the side of Purpose Esports. Deadly 10, to counterbalance that, is going to be going in for a Guardian, because, yeah, they're forcing it. I mean, you don't really have a chance at this point. You don't really have an option, because it's kind of not a full buy on both sides, right? Like, you're seeing Sai on that Spectre, you're seeing Excali on the Sheriff, and he's probably going to be playing on the Blade Storm. But then again, you got to even that out, right? Levi, Deadly 10 should have gone in for that force, not going to lie. But
Blackhawk.
Ooh, he managed to spam that out, gets a kill on Levi. Excali making his Blade Storms count, and gets another kill on Deadly 10 with a tap game going on. 2v5 situation already, and that eco round is coming out beautifully for the side of Samurai Esports. Excali gets a beautiful kill on Adam, and honestly, Adam just had it poorly timed. He didn't really expect that rush coming for Excali. It's all about the rushes coming from Excali and the confidence that he's exuding right now that Purpose Esports is not being able to counter. Now, don't get me wrong, Purpose Esports are playing it out beautifully as well, but I still feel like they're a little bit short on the communication, and they're not pushing it together as a team, and it's not that hive mind that I like to see going on the defense side.
Yeah, it feels on the side of Purpose. They're just playing it a little bit too scared in my eyes. They're playing it too slow. They're not playing it to the best of their abilities. And once again, they're falling into the trap that they had previously on the map Split. They're overthinking things a little bit too much. Just play based upon instinct from time to time, and that's what you need to do against the side of Samurai. You don't really have a lot of options because you overthink things. The side of Samurai, they have that experience and they have that adaptability as individual players to catch you off guard every single time. And just look at Sai. He's just playing this so beautifully. He's making the walk happen. He's going on down forward. The bird is not going to be clearing him out. And ladies and gentlemen, Sai, he's in the perfect spot inside of the tube. Excali's not going to be able to survive for long though, because Levi is going to be able to shut him on down. But look at the positioning coming on down through onto the back end. Deadly, he expected Sai to go in for that push. Get a beautiful tap down onto his own forehead. And with that, it's heading on down over to a 4 versus 3 beating situation for the side of Purpose Esports. They're at the advantage. They know what to expect. They know exactly what they need to do to try and survive, to try and go in for the skills. Fierce is going to be alive. He's going to be able to get one more point on, but Solo, this is his domain. Will he be able to survive? He gets another beautiful tap down onto one. He's going to be able to shut down another, but he's not going to be able to go in for that clutch. Instead, it's going to be Deadly holding down the spike for dear life, and pros do not fake, ladies and gentlemen, especially when you have 4 of your teammates to bait for you. So it's completely fine. The side of Purpose Esports, they get the in front of the board. in a very beautiful team play and coordinated fashion.
That it is, and I'm loving what they're doing so far. Like solo, this guy, honestly, like I said, this guy can play solo, and I love what he does. But Purpose Esports, that was such a good retake over there, my guy. This is exactly what I was hoping that they're going to be doing, falling by the right time, coming to the flanks, and just expecting what they're supposed to be expecting. Because that A-Hall's position is a really weak spot, and if you're going to be taking care of that properly, you honestly can shut down Samurai Esports. And like you said, they have a lot of experience, but at the same time, Purpose Esports has a lot of experience as well. Look at that. Amazing trades coming out. Delita is just popping off, gets a couple of kills for himself, tries going for the third, but Levi is going to be coming in to help his buddy boy out. That's a kill for himself, but Wimp is not going to be letting that happen. Gets a couple of kills for himself, brings it down to an even Stevens 2 versus 2 situation. Aggressive. All that to Atom to spot out the first player. Does spot out Levi. Does manage to spray him down. Amazingly well done, but Wimp is just around the corner to pick up the 3K for himself. All up to Fierce to pick up that kill, and that Guardian is going to be counting for him as he picks up that kill onto Wimp. Puts it up to a 10-9 score, and I'm hoping this is going to go into an overtime or Purpose Esports is going to be winning this out. Like I said, Breeze is kind of a wild card map, and it would have been easier if they had a lot more rounds on the attack side. I feel like the attack for the side of Purpose Esports was not played out as well as they could have, but their defense is looking beautiful, aggressive.
Honestly, when it comes down to those defensive holes, it feels as Purpose, they're finally adapting and they're finally able to switch up their strategies. But at the same time, to your point, I'm a little bit afraid because Purpose, they take quite a couple of rounds to try and go in for those adaptations and then find something that actually works against their opponent. That's why it really does scare me, because they need to try and switch up their strategies accordingly every single time.
Yeah.
But I like this play from the side of Shrey's. Shrey's, it's such a beautiful spot, but those speakers, it's gonna spawn him out, and Shrey, he's just gonna get caught off. That's how you break a wall coming on down from the side of a Sage, ladies and gentlemen. You just throw out your Seekers and allow those orbs to just completely tear down that wall. Trump has nothing on the Seekers of Sky, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, they're gonna be able to stabilize. They're gonna be able to hold down strong, and it's gonna be another second win coming on down from the side of Samurai Esports. They're gonna be able to take the 11th round soon enough, but at the same time, Fierce with a judge on the map of Breeze. How is this gun good on every single map?
Not the wisest of choices, aggressive, but he's still making it count. Still gets a kill. And Levi is going to be on that Marshall, which is a really good and wise decision on off of force. But Excali is going to be shutting him down and also shuts down Fierce beautifully. But that's the thing. On the map of Breeze, right, information counts. Because on such a big map where there's so many places to hide, and it's honestly a game of hide and seek at this point, it all depends upon how Purpose Esports is going to be placing themselves. Now, that was a really good position coming from Trey there. But then at that point, Blackout was like, wait, hold up. Why is my tracker going into the wall? Is there somebody hiding behind that? Breaks down the wall, finds Trey behind that, and he just sprays him down. Honestly, an F moment over there because Trey did not expect that ultimate to come in. A little bit of bad luck on his side today too, and a little bit of bad luck overall that is coming in. But they're playing it out beautifully too. It all depends upon how they're going to be managing their economy. They have their Marshall, they have a Sheriff, and I'm not liking their gun choices right now, but they don't have a lot of money to work around with anyway.
Wow.
Now, Levi, look at this. He gets the information, and that has been smoked up by the attackers and not by the defenders anyway. I don't really think that smoke should have come in, but Levi comes in for that tap game, get that kill, but Sly, in spite of being flashed, picks up a kill for himself. Deadly 10 over here, evening things out to the 4 situation. Purpose Esports managing to hold their own. Deadly 10 trying to pick up a few kills for himself, but Blackhawk is going to be popping off and getting a 3K for the third kill, becoming Fierce.
Another Seekers, he just used it.
I know, right? This is exactly what I love about Samurai Esports. Their kills and their presence of mind is so good.
Oh, do it.
They don't hold back, right? Their ultimates, when they have it, they just pop it off. The Blade Storm or whatever it may be, they just pop it off. Look at the aggression and the confusion and the chaos that is coming on right now. Atom is so confused and Blackhawk is trying his best to help his teammate out, and Solo is going to be picking up on that flash, and it gets out Atom. This communication is what I'm talking about. They were just playing games with Atom at this point, and honestly, not a lot that he could have done aggressive. He tried it best, and he tried his level best. But Blackhawk, he's not one that is going to be letting up the kills for his team. He is going to be helping his team out at the very best of his performance, and he does that exactly. And that is why I appreciate this guy, because no matter what support character he's playing, whether it's Astra, whether it's Sky, he manages to support his team so well and picks up the kill for himself. He's like the know-all, be-all.
Yeah, honestly, this guy is just on another level. Every single time we see him on any map, he will prove to be an absolute deadly force. But do you know who else is a deadly force? It has gotta be Levi and Shrey. They're able to take down two. Wimp's gonna be able to take down Deadly, though, who was trying to go in for a couple of jiggle plays for himself as well. But still, it's Scally going in by himself down towards that B side with the first initial dash without having a ready position from his teammates. It's just not in a pretty good spot. And now that Spike is in literal no man's land. They need to try and go in for that kill. Side's gonna be good for one with the drone coming on down from the side of Solo to get a little bit of more information for themselves as well. That flash. Yeah, that's just not gonna be a perfect flash, but hey, wait, it's completely fine. It doesn't need to be a perfect flash because you blinded your opponents and you blinded yourself. So still, in a way, if they can't see you and you can't see them, it's gonna be a minus situation. It's gonna be equal to zero.
This is why.
But at the same time, what's not gonna be a minus situation? It's gonna be Solo throwing out 100 Fury, getting a kill, and Sai getting another one for himself. And Solo at the very end, he's like, I have my bow and arrow. I'm just gonna shoot it all up. And I'm going to take everyone down. That's Solo for you, ladies and gentlemen. And that's going to be the side of Samurai Esports being able to take this entire set on a 2-1-0.
Honestly, congratulations to Samurai Esports on taking that win because they did it so beautifully and they deserve the win. But at the same time, Purpose Esports and Samurai Esports, in my eyes at least, are very evenly matched. All Purpose Esports has to do as a team is get a little more experience and get a little more communication and a little more synergy, and you guys have got it going on. Because in the rounds they win outright, even on the map of Split, they do it so beautifully, and sometimes you forget who they are, and you're just like, wow, they honestly deserve to be a tier 1 team, and I love what they put out, but it's just the consistency that is a problem over here. Once they pick that back up, it's not going to be that much of a problem for Purpose Esports because they've got the skills and they've got the knowledge to take out the side. But that last round was honestly theirs. They had spike control, they had the spike drop in front of their eyes, and that's all they needed, and that was done so beautifully by them. Like, that shutdown is not something that is easy to do on the map of Breeze. A little easier on the B side, mind you, but with that aggression coming in from Samurai Esports, Purpose Esports didn't have much of a chance, but they still went in for it. It was a 12-round, it was a match point. They didn't have that much hope left in them because of the match point being up there, but they still went at it, and they still got it back. A little bit of bad luck on their side, and a little more experience at Samurai Esports just meant that they were going to be able to take it back. But amazingly well done by both teams. Congratulations to Samurai Esports, but amazingly well done by Purpose Esports, and keep going at it. But anyway, with that done, we're going to be going into the match highlights, and I'm going to be putting it over to Aggressive to take you through what we saw today.
Honestly, in my eyes, this was a very close matchup. I will say that this is a lot better than what we saw coming on the map of Split. Purpose Esports, they felt a lot more comfortable. They knew what to do. They knew what to expect. But at the same time, as you just stated, it was just that experience from the side of Samurai Esports that gave them that little bit of an edge, gave them that chance to just completely shut everyone down and then go in for those proper executions. So moving on down the line, I want to see the side of Purpose just not take this loss too hard, a little bit too much. They can go in for those proper plays. They have the strategy in their arsenal. They just need to have the confidence. It feels as though the confidence from these players are just a little bit too low. They are overthinking themselves. They're constantly trying to go in a little bit too late. They're not clearing the angles that they would normally clear if they were facing off against one of their peers of their other tier 2 teams. So going up against the side of a tier 1, and what's the primary difference between the side of a tier 1 and a tier 2, other than, of course, strategy and aim duels? It's the fact that they are a lot more confident, because just look at Sai. Just look at this guy. He has all of the confidence in the entire world going in for swings like that. And I don't think if it was from the side of Purpose Esports, Deadly or even Adam would have gone for swings like that over and over again on one singular sideline. You need to have that level of confidence. You need to tell your opponents that, hey, I'm better than you, and I'm going to be the one to take you down now no matter what happens. Sometimes that is all that it takes to win a match of Valorant. Yes, of course, strategy and gunplay strategy and team play, will always reign supreme, but you need to have that confidence to pull those aspects off. And it tells us on the side of Purpose, this was a learning experience for them, and hopefully they come back even stronger in future tournaments.
Honestly, I completely agree with you over there. And on top of that, they have equally split up their roles and their abilities, and I love that. Because honestly, Levi and Deadly 10 are so good with their aim, and they live up to their names, Levi and Deadly 10. And honestly, I love the fact that they play a duelist and an initiator. That was a really good combo. And honestly, good support coming from all the sides of the entire team. But Samurai Esports just has a little bit more experience, and I love the fact that Purpose Esports, the show that they're giving for us, is really amazing. And look at that little bit of a fun gameplay over there. But back to my point, they have all the experience that they need. It's just that they have to put in a little more time with the team, get a little bit of synergy going on, and just change up a few more things on the attack side. Not only on the map of Breeze, a little more on every map. Because yes, I know that it is good to go in as a unit, but you can also go in as a unit when you're playing split up. And yeah, like you said, the confidence comes into play because once you don't have that confidence, you're going to be overthinking not just your strategies, but also your aim. Your hand is not going to be your mouse. You're not going to be one with the mouse. You're not going to be able to aim even though you want to. Now, Samurai Esports, they came in with a warm up and they honestly had that synergy, that hand-eye coordination that you needed. Now, I'm not saying that Purpose Esports didn't have it, just a little more practice and you'll go a long way because the fight they put up against a top tier team like Samurai Esports is just so insane aggressive. They just honestly demolished Samurai Esports on the rounds that they did demolish them. The good takes, but it was honestly more of individual frags. Like, look at this. It was honestly Levi going out and getting out a few kills for himself. Deadly Kane going out, getting a few kills for himself. There was lesser amount of communication, more individual gameplay, and sometimes that works out in your favor, but not always aggressive. Sometimes you just have to play as a team, that it is a team game, and a little bit of practice is going to be going a long way.
I completely agree with you there. Side of Purpose Esports, they played admirably, but at the same time, hey, it's going up against Goliath known as Samurai Esports. You're going to have a pretty rough time to say the very least, but hey, even the kings will one day fall, and the up and newcomers could just be the ones to take the throne. And Purpose Esports, I see a lot of potential in you, just as I see a lot of potential in the Amazon Prime Day sales, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be on the 26th. It's going to be on the 27th. And it is all based upon our sponsors. Remember, it's going to be LG Ultragear, Logitech, Steelseries, and of course, Corsair with their beautiful products, headphones, mounts, and of course, keyboards. Everything is going to be there. And don't forget about the monitors from the side of LG Ultragear as well. I'm going to be looking into one, sure enough, because I want that 144 hertz to play like the pros on this server. Because honestly, after seeing this intense matchup from the side of Purpose, I'm pumped to play some Valorant. And you should be as well with the newest and greatest monitors from the side of LG Ultragear. But wait, I want to ask you this. Do you have any more parting words before we end everything off? Because this was a fast 2-0 set coming on down through from the side of Samurai. Moving on down the line. What are you expecting from the side of Samurai Esports, and what do you expect from the side of Purpose?
Honestly, from the side of Samurai Esports, what can I expect? I've talked about them a lot, and they have the experience to show for it. They have the skills that it takes to take down any team that comes in front of them. Yeah, they have the slip-ups at times, but Purpose Esports, I want to talk about them more because I talked way too much about Samurai Esports. I'm going to say how much potential Purpose Esports has as an entire team. I'm not really sure how they're lacking because they have the experience too. It's just a little bit more zest that they need. And like you said, a little bit more confidence, especially in maps that they haven't played on, because it's such a wild card map and anything goes. It honestly boils down to individual experience. And I feel like they should have played it a little more split out on the attacker side. They could have taken it onto the decider. I was really hoping for that. But Purpose Esports, at the same time, they did not disappoint with the plays that they did come through with. That's all I'm going to leave you, amazing ladies and gentlemen, with. And with that, take it away, Grayson.
Yeah, that's going to be all that we have for you for today. That's going to be an intense game for the Amazon Prime Day Valorant Championships. This was just day number 8, ladies and gentlemen. We have a lot more days to go because we still have the semis, we still have the grand finals. A lot of action is going to be waiting for you. So make sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell as well to get notified as soon as we do go live, because you never want to miss all of this Valorant action and all the jazz that you see on your screen. Being brought to you by none other than our Amazon Prime Day partners. So make sure to check the links down in the description below to check out Prime Day, see all the discounts that we have set up for you, and get your next big upgrade. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive signing off with my buddy Quaid. And we'll be back with you real soon tomorrow with the Amazon Prime Day Valorant Championship. We'll see you soon enough.